Do you ever feel nervous when you have to order in a restaurant in English? Do you want to know exactly what to say so that you sound more like a native speaker? Well, by the end of this video, you will know the most common phrases to use in a restaurant so that you can feel more confident in every type of situation. Let's get started at the very beginning when you have sat down and you are looking at the menu. These are some things you can say when you are considering different options. What do you recommend? This is something you can ask the waiter or waitress if you want a recommendation. Make sure you use the right intonation when you ask this question. What do you recommend? Do you hear my voice go up at the end? Listen and try to repeat. What do you recommend? The next phrase is something you can say if you have two options and you don't know which one to choose. I'm torn between. For example, I'm torn between the steak and the pasta. This is something you can say when there are two things that you like the look of, but you don't know which one to order. I'm torn between this one and this one. Do you have any specials today? Sometimes not all of the food options are listed on the menu. Some restaurants have specials which change from day to day. So this is something you can ask your waiter or waitress. Do you have any specials today? Something else that might not be on the menu is the soup. If you see soup of the day, that means it can change from day to day. So to ask what type of soup it is, you can say, what's the soup today? Or what's the soup of the day? The next category of phrases is if you have dietary concerns, if you are allergic to a particular type of food, or there's a type of food you don't eat. You can ask, is this vegetarian? Or is this vegan? Does this contain, for example, does this contain nuts? Does this contain gluten? Does this contain dairy? If you have a serious food allergy, you can let your waiter or waitress know by saying, I'm allergic to. For example, I'm allergic to nuts. You can also ask if they have a different type of menu. For example, do you have a gluten-free menu? Or do you have a vegetarian menu? These are things you can ask if you have dietary concerns or allergies. Next, once you have decided what you want to eat and you're going to order, these are some things that you can say. Using the phrase I would like is a good way to sound polite. And remember, with I would like, when we are speaking naturally and fluently, we use a contraction. I'd like. Practice that pronunciation with me. I'd like. I'd like. For example, I'd like the pasta, please. Or I'd like the chicken, please. If you want to order something extra, you can say, can I order a side of, for example, can I order a side of fries? Or can I order a side of salad? Let me just pause here to talk about how to make requests sound more polite. It's fine to say, can I have? But if you want to sound more polite, you could say, could I have? Or even, may I have? They all mean the same thing and are used to make a request, but you can sound more polite depending on the word you use. Can I have? Could I have? May I have? If you want to order something without a particular ingredient, you can say, is it possible to have this without? For example, is it possible to have this without pickles? Or if you want to add something, you can say, is it possible to add? For example, is it possible to add cheese? Using that phrase, is it possible, is a more polite way to ask for things. If you want to order something to share with the group of people that you're in, you can say, can we have an order of this for the table? For example, can we have an order of bread for the table? If you order something for the table, it means it's to share with everyone in the group. For ordering drinks, you can simply say, please could I have? Remember to add please to requests to sound even more polite and friendly. Please could I have a glass of water? Or please could we have a jug of water for the table? Meaning we would like a big jug of water so that everyone can share. For situations when the waiter comes to the table but you are not ready to order, here are some things you can say. I'm still deciding. I just need a few more minutes. Or if you haven't even looked at the menu yet, you can say, sorry, I haven't looked at the menu yet. So these are a few things you can say if you need more time to look at the menu. If you're enjoying this video and finding it useful, please help me out by giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much, and now let's move on to the next category. Okay, now we have ordered our food. During your meal, you might want to ask for more things. For example, could I have some more bread, please? Or could I have another glass of wine, please? Could we have some extra napkins? Could you bring some salt and pepper, please? Or a useful phrase if everyone has finished their drink, you can say, could we order another round of drinks? Meaning everyone at the table would like to order another drink. If you need to ask for help or get some attention during your meal, you can say, excuse me. Take note of my intonation there to sound polite but still get attention. Excuse me, copy and repeat. Excuse me. Extra help you might need during your meal and things you might need to say. Excuse me, where are the toilets? Or where are the bathrooms? Or if you're in the US, where's the restroom? The word restroom is more commonly used in the US. In the UK, we would say toilets. If you're uncomfortable and you want to change tables, you can say, could we move to another table? Something else you might want to ask during the meal if your food is a little bit cold, you can say, could you heat this up for me, please? Sometimes you might be in a situation where the waiter brings you the wrong food, not the food you ordered. What can you say in this situation? Excuse me, I ordered the soup, not the salad. Or excuse me, I ordered the salad, not the soup. This is a perfectly polite way to let the waiter know that they made a small mistake. Another thing you might want to do during the meal is comment on the food. Here are some things you can say. This is delicious. It's really tasty. It's a bit cold. It's a little bit overcooked. Often the waiter or waitress will come to the table and ask, how is everything? How is everyone's food? Or is everything okay with your food? If everything's good, you can say, everything's great, thanks. Now you've finished your meal and it's time to pay the bill. Here are some things you can say. If you are in the UK, you would say, can we have the bill, please? If you're in the US, it's more common for people to say, can we have the check, please? So in the UK, we say bill. In the US, they tend to say check. You might want to ask if it's possible to pay by card, so you can simply say, can I pay by card? If everyone in your group is going to pay individually, you can tell the waiter, we're going to split the bill. This means that the entire cost of the meal is equally divided between everyone in the group. That's what it means when you split the bill. Or if everyone in the group is going to pay for exactly what they ate and drank, you would say, we're going to pay separately. And in this case, you then need to tell the waiter or waitress what you ate and what you're going to pay for. So, can I pay for the burger and 2 glasses of wine? And finally, you might want to leave a tip for your waiter or waitress. In some places, it's already included, and this is called service. So you can ask them, is service included? Meaning, is there already a tip included in the bill? You might want to add a tip to your card, and most places do allow you to do this, but sometimes it's good to check, and you can say, can I add the tip to my card payment? Learning phrases like this is a really useful way to build your vocabulary and improve your fluency. And if you are looking for more useful phrases to use in everyday conversation in English, I recommend you watch this video next for 30 essential everyday English phrases. I will see you there.